My name is Jay Patton. I'm 13 years old, and I live in Florida, and I'm part of the Photo Patch Foundation. So I just want to thank everybody that invited me here. I'm just so glad to be here today, to be speaking in front of you guys, and it's really an honor. All the stuff that I've learned here and every the stuff that I've been doing here has been really amazing. I'm learning so many great stories and saw so much. It's been really amazing. So just thank you guys for letting me come up here to speak to you guys. Thank you so much. So I just want to talk about like how I've been here. I learned a lot of great stories. I have a couple that actually like stuck out to me. One of them I learned in a workshop that I did yesterday, and it was about this guy. His name was Timothy Batts, and he accidentally killed his daughter, and it was just sad to hear about that. But like not only that, like the process that he obviously had to go through with the whole thing, because they weren't judging him on the character he was today. They were judging him on his past and things he did in the past. So they weren't really caring about how good of a father he was and how he had custody of all his kids. They were more focused on what he did in the past. So I actually think that they said that he will be home anytime soon, so thankful for that. But I just feel like it's just not fair because they're not really treating people how they should be treated. And another story that really stuck out to me was Danielle Metz. I don't know if she's here today, but it was really great to hear her story. Hello. How she had to go to prison for such a long time for things that she didn't even do. And it's like, they don't treat us fair. They're not caring about like the person we are. They're not looking about who we are. Like if you were affiliated with these people or you knew these people, they don't really care. So good that she's home now. Congratulations to you. But her having to serve so much time for something that she didn't do, something that wasn't even for her, just like not fair. So I actually want to like start going around and talking to children more about like how their race and gender can really affect, how they're treated. And I just want to like let them know, like keep them ahead, like you have to be careful with certain things you do, because one little mistake, you're going to end up in a bad place and nobody cares. It's just crazy. Like based on your race or your gender, they don't care. Like you did one little tiny thing, it's going to make you end up in a bad place. So I just want to start letting kids know to like just be careful, stay positive, stay around the good things, and don't get into anything bad, because that can lead you into something like really horrible. And like it's just crazy how like unfair they treat us. And many of you guys know, like once you get into like the prison system and stuff like that, it's hard to get out. And I know that because my father was incarcerated, and he was in jail for 8 years, and he's still like on parole and on probation, and it's really hard, and it's really hard to get out of stuff like that. So yeah, as I said, he was incarcerated, and my father went to prison when I was 3 years old. And at the time, I didn't know any of that. I didn't know what's going on. It was hard for my mom to tell me something like that, because it's not like at 3 years old I'm going to remember anyways. Like she's going to have me come back like 3 years later. So like, Mom, where's Daddy again? I'm not going to understand that at 3 years old. But once I did start understanding and we start communicating more, it was really great, but we didn't communicate as often as we needed to. And it was really hard to keep in touch with him. But the thing is, when I did, I always try to be uplifting about things. I was always positive. I was never down about my dad being incarcerated. I was never ashamed by it. I always just try to make him feel happy, make him feel better. To make sure, like, because the more negative energy and the more, that's not going to help anything. And as positivity, like, you stay optimistic about things, great things can come from it. So, that's what I learned. So, while he was in prison, he actually learned how to code. He has taught himself how to code, and he came up with the idea of a foundation called Photo Patch, which it allows children with incarcerated parents to send letters and photos and postcards to their parents in prison for free. And when they send this off to their parents, it all actually comes to us. We print it for them, we package it, and we send it to their parents. So we basically just make it more convenient for them to use, because it's hard to get stamps and pictures and stuff. I know that firsthand. My mom had a hard time, going to the post office. She had work, she had school, she had another kid, so it was hard for her to balance all of that. And, like, money was low. I mean, where I came from, Buffalo, New York, there's not many opportunities there. It's not much there, and I'm not going to try to hide it. I mean, that's that. And my mom didn't, have enough money to always go get pictures printed and get stamps and get envelopes. So my dad obviously felt the same way, and he created Photo Patch Foundation just to make it more easier for children to communicate with their parents, because communication is key. The more communicated you stay, the better relationship you have, because me and my dad have such a strong bond now, and we still didn't have as much communication, but the communication we did have was powerful. But not everybody has that. So, we try to make it easier for them and more better so they can communicate, because that's what keeps a close relationship. I mean, we think that it's not a privilege for kids to be able to talk to their parents. It's a right. Children should have the right to talk to their parents no matter where they are, prison, anywhere. They should have the right to stay in contact with their parents, because that's their parents. No matter what they did, that's still their parents, and they still need to communicate with them to keep such a good relationship. So we have the website, and then 3 years when my dad was released last year, I decided to create an app for it, because I wanted to make it more convenient for children to use the system, because nowadays, 2018, children are more on their mobile devices and cell phones, and I just wanted to make it easier to have an app, so wherever they are, at a park, at a friend's house, anywhere, just take a picture real quick and you can send it off to your parents, with no problem. So I just wanted to make it more convenient for them, because I knew how hard it was for me to stay in contact with my parents. So, we just want to make it easier for them, because that's all that matters, is these children need to communicate with their parents, because if not, it can really keep them sad, and communication is just everything. So that's what happened. So November 2017 was when I first started to create the app. February 2018 was when I was actually finished, and then April 2018 was when it was launched into the App Store and everything. And I actually learned how to code from my dad when he was released from prison. He taught me how to code, and I'm always curious, I'm always curious to learn new things, and he taught me how to code, and I took it further than anybody expected. So, I'm just thankful for all of that, and I'm thankful for my dad, just not giving up on our relationship. And I'm just really thankful to be here today. I mean, if it wasn't for my dad, I wouldn't be here. And I just want to thank him for everything that he does for me, and that, he didn't give up on our relationship. He always stays strong, and I'm thankful that he decided to do something like this to help children. And it's really great. This whole experience, being a part of all this, is just really crazy. So I just really want to give a good thanks to my dad, because he really pushed me. He really makes sure that I'm doing as best as I can. And, if it wasn't for him, I really wouldn't be here. So I just want to thank him for always staying positive and keeping me good and being such a great father to me.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Andrea, for inviting me here. I love you guys. Stay positive. You can download my app. It's called Photo Patch. It's in the App Store. So if you want to download it, it's called Photo Patch. Thank you.
Wow. This is why we're here. Right? Where are our youth, our young? This